Hi, Stitchers. This is Stitching to Connect Danny. It is Saturday, November 1st. I know you have not seen me in a very long time. If you want to know why, stay till the end. I don't want to elaborate at the beginning, but let's just say I've had some health challenges. But I'm on the way to recovery now, and I'm doing good. And this is the first time I felt like floss tubing. I have some color in my face. I'm more happy than I've been in a couple of months, and we'll just leave it at that for now. If you want to know the details, then you can stay till the end. But I wanted to jump on here because it's been such a very long time, and I've missed you all. Maybe you've missed me, maybe you haven't. It's a busy time of the year with school starting in September and Halloween and all the celebrations of fall. And have to admit, fall is not my favorite time of year. So if you add this fall, it's definitely not my favorite time of year, but we're pressing on, and we're happy to be here. I am very happy to be here with you today. So this is Stitching to Connect Danny. I hope you've liked and subscribed in the past, so you're seeing me again, because I haven't filmed since August 20th. So, like I said, if you want to know the deets, go to the end. But I'm just going to gather myself together here today and celebrate with you one day late for Halloween. So I have my Halloween goodies on, a little bit of football. Yay Broncos. We're doing pretty decent right now. And my goal a month ago was to get well enough to go to the Bronco game next month, or this month. It's November now, the 16th, because I have Bronco Kansas City tickets, and they're coming to Kansas City's coming to Denver. And my brother-in-law is flying out from the Reno area because he's a big Bronco fan, and we're gonna go to the game. So very excited about that. I'm well on my way to making sure that happens. So goals met, yay. So like I said, and I have a real pretty fall bracelet that I like to wear. I don't remember where I got this, but it's I wear it throughout the fall. So if anybody knows me in the past, you've seen me. I'm a blingy girl. I like jewelry. I like bling. I like sparkles. And I just want to address my Day of the Dead, Dia de la Muerta headpiece, because I won't even pretend that I'm Latin, but I've always celebrated Day of the Dead because I've had some losses in October, November. So I have some big losses that I go back and celebrate my ancestors, and not ancestors, just very recent in my immediate family. So I'm not trying to pretend that I'm Latin or I don't want to take away. There's a special word that I can't remember right now that people say when they are representing their heritage. I can't remember what it is, but I found this beautiful headpiece, and I love to wear it on the weekend of Dia de la Muerta, or the days of that. So pressing on. So we're going to go back a little bit to August, because honestly, that's the most recent that I have stitched or finished anything. I have one other piece that I'll share with you that I've worked on in the past few weeks since I'd seen you. But I definitely wanted to show you that I have finished. Wow, I've got threads everywhere, people. I finished this. It is, and I don't have the cover sheet. Oh yeah, I do. Hold on. Tropic Troop. Again, this is filming backwards, so not sure how to fix that, but anyway, I think it turned out lovely. I did it on, I believe it's 16 count. It's a, who do I belong to? Bestitch Me piece of fabric, I believe. I belong to their monthly club. Pretty sure that's what it is. And I picked my own colors here and there when I didn't have what they called for. So I think it turned out lovely. I did go ahead and outline the baby flamingo because she really wasn't standing out very well. But basically, oh, and I changed the border. I did change the border. I used a silk thread that I don't have right on hand, but it was a silk thread that obviously you can see it's variegated, and I loved it, and I just thought it was beautiful. So I used that for my border instead of the black, and I think that's all I changed, but I'm very happy with it. I want to get it. I believe I'm going to do a flat fold. I believe that's what I'm going to do, unless I decide to put it on some kind of a specialty board. But for right now, he's done. And they are done. And then to go along with that, I was in the mood. So I stitched this, which is a Mill Hill. And I don't have the kit. Wow. I'm a little scattered today. You'll have to excuse me. I thought I had the kit. I don't. It's mixed in with all my other stitching right now. No. Anyway, it's either see a little better. Where is my background? There we go. White background. There we go. He, she, whatever. I guess I prefer a she. Is a Mill Hill kit. She's stitched on perforated paper. I love her legs. I think they're so fabulous. This Mill Hill kit comes with a magnet, so you can actually put a magnet on the back of it and put it on something magnetic like your appliances in your kitchen. But I'm gonna finish her with felt on the back and then with a loop and put her on my tree. So I'm not sure if it'll be on my Christmas tree, although I think she'd be fine on a Christmas tree. She's not very, I might tie a little ribbon around her neck, red ribbon around her neck or something, or green ribbon around her neck when I get her finished, but I think she's amazing. So I did finish those two things, and I must have finished those in the last weeks of August. So then the only other thing I've worked on, and I've showed you this before, is this button and beads. It's called Midnight Glow. I love it. It's old. It's one of my very oldest whips, and I'm determined to finish it this year. And I'm getting very, very close. So, as I've said before, when I shown this, it was my first Mill Hill. It was my first kind of jumping back into stitching after many, many years. And I didn't read the directions closely enough. And with Mill Hills, you don't stitch where your beads are going to be. And I did stitch where the beads were going to be. So now I've decided I am not tearing it out or frogging it out. I'm going to put the bead over the stitch, and I don't think it's going to make that much difference. Plus, I have had to fudge this a lot. So since I showed this last, I've done this whole side and this whole bottom part all the way, and then all the way across on the bottom. And then I've gone back up and I've started filling in around here and around here. It's looking very, very good, but I don't have any beads done. I was just picking it up. It was laying by me, and I was just picking it up as I felt well enough to stitch it. And I was like, you know what? And this looks a little wonky, but that's the way it looks. See how wonky that looks? That's bothered me since I started stitching on it, because it is look wonky, but that's the way it's charted. So I've left it. So anywhere you see a black hole or a black, because it's put on black, a black space, that's where a bead's going to go. Since I've realized you don't stitch over, you don't put the beads over the stitching. But back over here, I am not taking it out, and so the beads are going to go over over the white stitches. Basically, they're clear beads that go over white stitches. So, or I think that's right, or white beads that go over white stitches. So that is very close to being finished, and that was a goal of mine this year, is to finish this Mill Hill piece, because I have some other Mill Hill pieces I'd like to work on that are Halloween related that I'll pull out and show you. I know I did a Halloween fall whip parade back in September, not in September, August, when I last saw you. See the little black kitty? I love that little black kitty. Anyway, so some of this will be a repeat, but it's been a couple of months now. So anyway, I'm very happy with that. And the more I look at it as I show it to you, the happier I am. So I do have to go back and fill in where this flame is. It's going to have beads. It's going to have beads. It's going to have beads. And then I think it's almost done. Like I said, wherever you see the black behind it is where there's going to be beads. So it's very close to being done. And and down here, a lot of orange beads down here. There'll be some orange beads over here but I already filled it in. But anywhere you see black, there'll be orange beads. So it's fun. It's a dripping candelabra, as you can see. It's just a fun piece. I don't think I've ever seen it fully finished at any kind of retreat I've ever gone to. So maybe when I do get it fully finished, the next retreat I go on, where they have a brag table, I'll put it on, because I'm very proud of this. And I started this in 2020. Yeah. So it's 5 years old. It's my oldest piece. It's one of my very oldest whips. Okay. That's all I have for whips and finishes. It's fun to have some finishes finally. I'm going to put this back in its little spot. Oops, missed a piece. That's been a challenge, but like I said, it's close. It's close. It's fun to have these pieces. I'm sorry, I keep getting so up close to you. It's fun to have these pieces that you've had for a while and now you're finishing them, I think. And I think I'm going to frame it. I'm going to frame it right up next to the stitching, so I'm not going to buy a Mill Hill frame, because I don't know if this is just an FYI. I could be wrong, but I think I'm fairly correct on this. When you buy the Mill Hill frames, they leave a border around it where you actually do see the perforated paper. And that's not my favorite look. The reason I know this is my girlfriend, Janine, who I started teaching to cross stitch. She finished a Christmas one last year and it had that issue. And I suggested that she use washi tape around where the gap was. It turned out really cute. It turned out really nice. So if you have that issue, that's a fix. You can use, washi tape comes in all kinds of colors. And I think she even used some glittery you know, something with a little sparkle to it, washi tape around it. So it turned out really, really nice. But as she said, I could have bought a frame that would have fit this perfectly or much better just off of Amazon and not paid the price that Mill Hill. I'm sorry, at Mill Hill. I like the Mill Hill frames. I think they're very nice. They're very well made, but they're a little spendy. So just a FYI, that's a possibility. Okay, I'm going to go back. I think I showed this to you last time, but I'll show it to you again. This is one of my favorite bags, and look at the button. It's Judy bag, right? Oh, she doesn't have her name on it, but it's a Judy bag. I always get these when I go to Black Needle Society camp. But she's an amazing bag maker. And I love the buttons she chooses. So this was, I don't think I have a cover photo of it. This was a stitch from last year that I also would like to finish. It's a Halloween stitch along. It's the Goonies. I think it says Goonies will never die. I think that's what it says. But oh my goodness, my brain is just gone right. Never say die. Goonies never say die. I think that's what it is. Anyway, it's a forbidden fiber stitch along, or mystery stitch. That's what I want to call it. Keep getting it in your face. Mystery stitch that I worked on last year, and I'm almost done. I'm almost done with it. So again, I love pirate themed things, and it's kind of Halloweenish. So if you're a Goonies fan, it might be on her website now. I don't know if she released it yet this year. She may have. I'm not sure. But it has all these amazing threads. So in the kit you got all her forbidden fiber threads. This one's called Old Penny. It's a brown. This one's beautiful. This one's called Hey You Guys, and it's a lovely, I'm going to use this definitely for borders. Yeah. So on the piece, it might be what the words are done in Goonies Never Say Die. Because I think Goonies is the way it's charted. I don't have a full color picture of it. You'd have to look on her website and see if she released it this year. Monarch, which is a lovely orange. These are beautiful. Forbidden Fiber does beautiful flosses. They're cotton, but they're kits, which I've gotten in the past. I have one other kit I want to finish. I wanted to finish. Here we are, November 1st. Had really pretty flosses. This is called Medallion. It's a green. Sterling, which is a beautiful gray. Big Apple, True Red. This is a great Christmas red, I think. I like blue reds for Christmas rather than orangey. Sapphire, which is an amazing blue. Dark Walnut, which is a dark brown. Stormy Skies, which is another pretty blue. And Envy, which is a green. I have several of these. Over the years, I've gotten a lot of Forbidden Fiber. I'm not sure, and you'd have to check her website if she has a where you get threads every month or every other month or whatever. I don't know if she has a plan like that, but if you like nice cotton threads and you get a nice amount of them, look at her kits and look at how she sells her threads or her floss, and I think you'll be really pleased. I've never been disappointed, and I think I have 3 or 4. Some of her kits, it might have come in a bag. I think all of her kits are her stitch-alongs, mystery. Some people don't like mystery. I like mystery, especially when I know it's going to be something piratey related. She gave some hints that it was going to be, but this was her last year's Halloween. I don't know what this year's Halloween is this year. Hold on, I'm going to have to cough. Excuse me. Pardon me. Throat gets dry. As I've said, and if you're a subscriber, you know that I film this on my iPad, and I have no way of pausing it. So if I pause it, it stops, and then I have to splice, and it's kind of a nightmare. So you get what you get when you watch me. But I wanted to share that one with you. And I'm very curious of what this Halloween's was. I can't even remember what her tease was. So because I missed the month of September and predominantly October also with my stitching, I'm going to stitch Halloween and fall through November and see what I can get accomplished. I'm going to definitely finish and beat up my piece I showed you. And then I want to, these are my other Halloween pieces. I want to work on this, which is also buttons and beads, and it's called Magic Shoes. This is going to be a gift. Now here's an example. See, this is all, see how the perforated paper shows around the edges? Just don't like that. So again, washi tape is a solution. And I have done this much. Oops. This much. I have quite a bit to do. This is going to be a gift for my sister because she did a wall hanging for me that says, "Sometimes I miss my sister." And it's shoes that are upside down like this. So, and it's a wall hanging. I actually have it on the back of my stitching chair, so I see it all the time. And I thought this would be a fun gift to give her as a sister. So I have all my beads. I have everything for that. Everything. Then I have another, and that is one thing I do have to look up. Where are my beads? Here they are. So this has some beads from, so here's my beads, and there's a spider web for it too. A lot of these beads are from Mill Hill, but these beads are for that particular one. What did I do? Oh, so I lost these. I couldn't find these. Sorry, it gets so up close in your face. I lost these. Move this, not my face. I lost these and had to reorder them, and maybe some of these are, maybe most of these are. Yeah, they are. I had to reorder Mill Hill beads through 1-2-3 Stitch. So I ended up paying as much for my beads as I did for my haul. But now I have lots of beads. Lots of Halloween colored beads, which is fun. Very, very fun. So I think I'll probably, most likely, work on that. Because that's one I want to get a good chunk done on. I have another Halloween one and I don't see it right offhand. Then the other Halloween one I'd like to work on is, these are all my Halloween bags. I have to bear with me for a minute. Wow. I'm not sure where it's at. What's this one? Oh, I do have just check here. Just bear with me for just a minute. Halloween. This is forbidden fiber. Okay, this is one. Okay, this does not have a color picture, but this was another forbidden fiber. If you can see it, it's a Halloween scene, and it was another forbidden fiber mystery. I know you can get this on her website. These are all the fibers that I used. No, I just didn't tell the truth. That's not right. These are all the fibers I used, or floss I used. So, Headless Horseman, which is a beautiful salmon color, darker salmon color, which is Candelabra, Lichen Moss, Gravestone, Werewolf, which is a dark brown. This is kind of a funny color. It doesn't have a name. Screech Owl, Black Magic, which is a super, super dark navy blue. Looks black, but it's not. Starry Sky, Haunted, which is a gray, a brown gray. And then this one's Full Moon, which is really cool. And those are all the colors that are in this. So you can imagine it's very colorful, very pretty. And I have done, I definitely want to work on this one. I have done this much. And I'm sorry, but I can never tell. I have it figured out on my pattern, but I can never tell what direction is what. So that is definitely the moon that's coming down. Okay, I can tell now when I look at that. This is right. This is correct. So that's the moon, and that's the green grass. If you can see it there. And then I've worked my way over and down, but I would really like to finish this in November. This is a wow. It's not 2009. When did she was established in 2009, but I think I got this 2 years ago, maybe 3, but at least 2 years ago. And again, it was a mystery. So check out Forbidden Fiber, because if you like, first of all, if you like mysteries, she does she does boxes too. I've gotten a Christmas box from her, which has one of my favorite Christmas patterns that I really like to work on and finish this up this year, which is older also. So excited about that one too. What else do I have in here? I was thinking I had but I don't. I was thinking I had my, wow. No. I don't know what, I'm not sure what these all go to, because I picked all of these to go together. So this is a Halloween stitch, but they're Color and Cotton and Classic Colorworks. So I have a project that goes with these, and I'm not sure what it is, which is sadly kind of typical of me. So be kind to yourself if you're like me, and you pull out older whips, which I've been excited because I've seen some people who have more whips than I do lately on YouTube. I have about 45, I think. I think I've kept it under 50. If I finish up like 2 or 3 of these, then I'll definitely be under 50. So I'm right at 50. I can't remember. But I've seen some floss tubers that have over 100, and one I watched this week that had 150. So, but more than 50, I kind of lose track. And but you know, it's such a fun a fun group and fun. I don't even like to call it a hobby. For me, it's more of a passion that I have, that when I'm feeling well, and my regular normal thing is I stitch every day. And it may only be an hour, or I like to stitch 3 to 4 hours a day. Kind of depends on my arthritis. Um, and kind of depends on my schedule, which is not, I mean, I'm retired and I'm not amazingly busy or anything. But so the passion that we have for our projects, and all the new shiny things that come out. I was just watching the Teresa Kogut floss tube that shows her new releases for Christmas. Oh my goodness, I need several of those. And then Jingle Ball's coming up. If you don't know about Jingle Ball, go to Lindy Stitches. If you're a Lindy Stitches fan, she puts on a Jingle Ball every year, and it's a all weekend virtual retreat. And if you're new to the passion of cross stitching, check it out, because it's I think it raised up to $15 this year. It's been $10 in the past, but $15 is such a bargain for what you're getting. It's all weekend long. It's virtual. Don't have to travel. You don't have to spend money staying at a place, or money on tickets, or the nightmare of being at the airport, which I think is only going to get worse through the holidays this year. My husband and I are flying to DC the weekend prior to Christmas. He's going to be able to be there. That's where my 2 older grandchildren and my daughter and her family live. And my grandchildren are now both in college. And so to see them is Christmas time and summertime. So we're going. Robert will only be going for 3 days because of his sister has dementia, and he has to have caretakers for her. So he can only go for 3 days over the holiday, but just for him to go is great. He's not gone for Christmas until this year. So he'll only be there 3, maybe 4 days, and I'm going to be there a full week to 10 days. So we have our tickets, and we're going the weekend before Christmas, but not looking forward to the Christmas rush, or it's part of traveling during the holidays. So we'll be home for Thanksgiving, and but we're looking forward to that Christmas trip. So Josie's a junior, and she's 20, and Nathaniel just started his college experience, and he's a freshman, and he's 18. He'll be 19 when we see him, because his birthday is over Thanksgiving time. But we love to be with them. We love to be with my daughter and her family. We have just the best time. So that's something we're looking forward to. That was a squirrel. I don't know how I got off on that, but maybe just Christmas. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. So I think I said I was watching Teresa Kogut. Oh, we were talking about Jingle Ball. There we go, Jingle Ball. So Christmas time, and I'm still not sure how I got from Jingle Ball to my holiday plans, but it doesn't matter. So check out Jingle Ball. It's a great long weekend of stitching. There's stitching rooms you can bop into and reconnect with stitchers maybe that you've gone and seen at retreats. That's what I do. I text I have 2 main groups that we check in once a month or a couple of times a month. And I say, what room are you going to be in? And then I go and meet them in that room, and we spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes catching up and watching other people's amazing stitching. It's a great time. And the other wonderful thing that she does is she has designers, cross-stitch designers come, and they're called meet and greets, and they talk about themselves, how they got started, what design, how they design their pieces, maybe what design software they use. Lots of really good information, and they have a full hour of that for each designer, and there's 12 designers. So it's a really good time and a really good bang for your buck. You can spend a lot more money on classes and designs, charts, and different pieces, but you can get in for $15 and have a wonderful time. So anyway, that's my not paid for announcement for Jingle Ball. Not sure where I was going with that. But, I was saying all the wonderful Christmas things that come out. And I did just sign up, and I did sign up for one of the classes, which you can sign up and watch the class and get the PDF. So a lot of the classes are already sold out for getting all the kits. But now you can just get the PDFs and kit it up yourself, which works for me best because I'm not a linen stitcher. I'm not a high count stitcher. I stitch on 16, 18, maybe 20. I have a piece on 20. I do have a piece on 25, but that's rare. So if you're not a linen stitcher, you can just sign up for the PDF, kit it up yourself well ahead of time, which I'm going to be doing, get it started, and then be there for the class. And it's the class I'm taking is the animal cracker class. It's a little animal. Her name's Ginger, I think, and she's decorated for Christmas, and she'll be a stand-up, and then they'll give the instructions for how to finish her. So I'm excited to be in that because I've not seen that. I've just seen them finished, but I've never seen how you do it. So, wow, I really got off on a tangent there. So I've been talking about 37 minutes, and like I said, November is going to be my catch up for September and October, as far as fall and Halloween stitching. And then I'll start December 1st. I may squeeze in some Christmas stitching sometime in there too. And I hope this has been informational, and anybody who's seen me recently, a good catch-up session. And if you like what you see, subscribe, send me any comments you'd like. If you have any questions about what I've shown, I am not very tech savvy. I will tell you that up front. If you want someone who is tech savvy and who puts pictures in pictures and all of that, this probably isn't the floss tube to watch. But if you want someone who shares her passion and gets on hopefully every 2 weeks, that's what I've tried to do in the past, and hope to do again as we move forward, then I'm your gal. And I love retreats. I'm not going to one until May of next year of 2026. I'm going to Stitch North. I'm an older gal. I'll be 75 in May. I'm going for my birthday up to Canada and reconnect with a couple of a table of gals that I've gone to Stitch North twice in the past, and we're going to reconnect, and that's going to be a fun weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. But I don't have any other retreat plans. I'm going to kind of meld into my personal life now. So if you don't want to know about personal or health or anything like that, I'm saying bye for now, and hopefully you'll reconnect with me in a couple of weeks. And I'm stitching to connect Annie, and this is going to be a pause, and then I'll get into my personal life. Hi again. So if you haven't seen me before, pardon me, I have 3 grandchildren. I have 2 on the East Coast, as I talked about, and 1 on the West Coast. And Miss Beatrice is 1 year old. So I've got a 1-year-old, an 18 and a 20-year-old. The oldest and the youngest are girls. Middle is a boy. I'm very committed to my grandchildren, seeing them as often as I can. Our youngest grandbaby lives in Seattle with my youngest son and his wife, and I saw her in July. That's not correct. June 24th was her first birthday. We got to go for her birthday, and that was super fun, and I haven't seen her since then. I had planned to go this fall, but because of my health, I couldn't travel. And my husband and I are planning to go see her in the spring, probably February or March. My older grandchildren, I was working a position where I could work from anywhere. It was very nice, and I got to see them every 3 months of their lives. So that's an amazing gift for a Grammy that lives in the middle of the country, and then my grandkids lived on the East Coast. But maybe not quite as often with Beatrice due to my age and due to schedules, but hopefully at least every 6 months. It's going to be close to 6 months when I see her in the spring. But we do lots of FaceTimes. Thank goodness for FaceTime. She is quite the little girl. I don't have any pictures to show you, but if you go on my Instagram, which is the same as Stitching to Connect Annie, you'll see pictures of Miss Beatrice. So that's that. My health challenges, my goodness. I last filmed a floss tube August 20th. So after that next week is when things started going downhill. Long story short, I ended up in the hospital with bleeding ulcers, which had no clue. But one of the medications I was taking, and I had taken for quite a while for my back and my hips and my hands for a combination of inflammation and arthritis, caused my ulcers. So I was in the hospital for 3 days. It was Labor Day weekend. They discovered it. I had an endoscopy, went in and looked around, and everything was not bleeding now, but he could tell had been. So what happens is you slowly are bleeding and you don't realize it until it's kind of debilitating. Like, I was super, super weak when I went to the hospital. And then they give you a new medication that coats your upper GI and mid GI, your stomach. And it starts to heal. So, but one of the side effects is, because I had been losing blood and not realizing it, because it wasn't super apparent till right before I went to the hospital, was I was losing iron. And my goodness, folks, when you lose iron, you lose so much of your energy. I mean, I was pale. I think I've gotten a lot of my color back. I was pale. I had no energy at all. Well, when I got home from the hospital, I wasn't getting my energy back. So the whole month of September into October, I was fighting the insurance company to get iron infusion, which is a deal where you go to an infusion center and they put iron, a certain amount of iron back into you. And I just had my second iron infusion. I'm feeling so much better. And honestly, when I was at my low point with the loss of iron, my head was fuzzy. I was so low energy. I didn't trust myself to stitch. I just knew I'd make mistakes. And I haven't driven for 2 months. I'm going to start driving next week. And because I just didn't feel like I had the capacity to be able to make good decisions. So it was a hard time. It was a really hard time, but I'm feeling better. And like I said, my second one, I'm having my third one next Thursday, and then I'm done. And then I have to go back for a second endoscopy. I'm going to get a colonoscopy at the same time just because I'm due for that too. And for them to check around and see if everything's good. So that's where I've been. Yeah, it's been a journey. As you get older, things wear out. Things don't work quite so well. You just have to be aware, and you have to advocate for yourself. At first, they wanted to just give me iron pills, and I went, no, that's going to cause me constipation. I've gone down that route before. I've been slightly anemic over the years, but nothing like this was major anemia. And I said, no, I can't, I don't want to do that. But then the iron infusions took a while to get a prescription for, and for my insurance company to approve. So you just have to advocate for yourself, or find a good advocate for yourself. When I was kind of at my wit's end with the insurance company, my doctor not getting it prescribed, and et cetera, calling every day or every other day to my doctor's office and saying, why doesn't this go through? What do I have to do? I called my insurance company. They said they approved it. What's going on? I would have sicked my daughter on them, but she had knee replacement surgery while I was going through all this. So she was not at her top notch, go get them self. So if you can't advocate for yourself, or you don't feel like you're making progress, find somebody who will. And you have to, when you're my age, approaching my age, older than I am, just do it, because it's so important for your health. I don't know where I'd be right now if I hadn't pushed and pushed and pushed. So, public health announcement. So I'm going to say goodbye. It's been, it looks like 45 minutes, and I hope to rejoin you in 2 weeks. That's my goal. And I'm hoping you're having a lovely fall. I'm looking out my window. I have been starting to take walks again. Walked a mile or so the other day. Walking to my mailbox and back. So I'm feeling stronger. And the trees are changing. It's beautiful here in Colorado. It's a blue sky with lovely clouds, and that's all I'm going to say for now. Bye. Stitching to Connect Annie. Keep on stitching and keep connecting. Bye.